Hey guys, Subsur Gaming here. Welcome back to a new Speedart. It has been a few minutes since we've done one of these. Actually, looking at it, it has been since our last one was in May. So now it is August. So yeah, it's been a little bit, but we're back. I know you guys wanted to see a lot more of these, so I am here to deliver. I did want to make some more as well. Had some free time and just decided to sit down and do it. So today we're doing the Yavapai and Prescott Tribe Police Department. This is in Arizona. Yavapai and Prescott. And yes, that is how you say it. It is, if you're from Arizona, you say Prescott. It is not Prescott. Some people say Prescott, and Prescott. But I think the proper way to say it is Prescott. So that's that. That's what I've heard from people saying, living here now, so that's what we're going with. But fairly simple texture, nothing too crazy with it. Just has a nice little graphic, and that's what I wanted to create. So as well, before we get too far into this, let me know if you guys would like to see these videos with commentary or without. Without the commentary would just be the music, and the speed art with commentary would be me kind of talking about it along the way. And just some other stuff like that, whatever. Yeah, let me know that in the comments, and let's get it going. So, like I said, Yavapai and Prescott, a tribal police. I've never done a tribal police one before, and yeah, well, that's it. So, fairly simple texture, like I said, just has your main blue line scheme, and then it kind of gets bigger in the middle there for the badge. And then you have little arrows, 3 arrows behind that blue line thingy. So here I'm just making the line itself, just kind of playing with a little bit, getting the colors and everything right. And now we're going to go on to the arrows. So I think it turned out pretty nice in my opinion. You guys will see here at the end in the cinematography. So that's that. But like I said, that's really it. So mostly using the pen tool for the majority of this. That is really how I personally do it. I know some other people can do different things, and I do use Photoshop for all of really anything that I do with pictures or design work. It's always done with Photoshop. Yes, it is, you know, a little bit more on the pricey side, but I don't get I don't get everything else with it. I just get the Photoshop and the other thingy that I don't use, Lightroom or whatever comes with it, and that's just $10 a month. So you know, that's what I pay for it, and I definitely get my money's worth out of it. I would say I pretty much use it on a regular basis, so on a daily basis I should say. So that's that. You could do it in paint.net. I've used paint.net maybe 1 or 2 times before and did not like it, but it's just how, you know, you get used to it. I'm sure you'll figure it out, but I'm just not a paint.net person. I'm more of a Photoshop guy. So but I'm not an expert at Photoshop by any means as well. You know, I don't know all the tips and tricks. I'm learning new stuff every day, the things that you can do with it. So that's that. But yes, pen tool is really used the best to create custom shapes, which is exactly what you're doing with a lot of this kind of stuff. So here we have all of our arrows made, and I just copied and pasted them, so I don't have to remake them a whole bunch. Getting the logo here for the door, that looked kind of cool. I thought that was their side scheme they had just out there. I was going to use that, but no. So this is a thing you have to do a lot, is remove the background, and I made it a little bit bigger because it is a low scale image, so it's very, very small. So working with those kind of images is never really fun, because it just gets pixelated, but you got to do what you got to do, and especially with something like this, you aren't able to really get exactly what you want. This website, myfonts.com/whatthefont. I love the website. It's the best thing ever. So this is how I get all my fonts, and I don't pay for fonts. It's dumb. Don't pay for fonts. Just find the font with what the font, and then Google that font, free download, and it'll be up there somewhere. I haven't gotten a virus yet, so I think we're in the clear. But I don't pay for fonts, so just don't. not worth it. Especially for something like this, you're only going to use it one time. Come on. Some of them cost like $200 for a whole font family or whatever. The single font could cost like $30, $60. What's the point of any of that? Anyways, yeah, I do like this font though. It is pretty cool. Now I originally thought that bottom font was Arial, but looking at it a little bit closer, it is different. Mostly the C is different. That kind of gives it away, and some of the other letters are just not really structured the same. And that's something you'll run into whenever making textures. And I like to make it as legit as possible, so it did look okay with Arial, but I wanted to change it to be the same font that it was. So we'll go back to what the font here in a second. But as you can see, we got it here, and something with, you know, I was mostly looking for the C, like I said. Here we go again, free download. So something that I really like to use personally, what the hell is that? Fix that real quick. Something that I like to use personally is the type kit, or Adobe fonts or whatever. That's a thing that comes with Photoshop. It's a really nice perk to have with that. And they do have a lot of fonts on there. They don't have many, but they have a lot. They have a good amount. And the font that I need sometimes is on there, and it's great. I can just download it and add it remotely, and it just works with my Photoshop. So I don't have to download anything. I just click the activate, and it goes through the cloud. So I'd assume that's how it works. It just appears magically, and I like it. So that's what I got with that font down there. Now, onto the back side. Found a good amount of images. This car had a good amount of images, so that wasn't too challenging. But the backside here, I had that good, but I wanted to... Oh, this is what... So this is something I also do pretty frequently, is go to the police station that you are, you know, trying to get the cars from. In this case, it didn't work out because it's all restricted, and Google Maps, Google Street View didn't want to go in there. So it's lucky half the time it's not. It's good with smaller police departments. Bigger police departments are all gated and stuff, so smaller are usually parked out there. But use Google Earth, and you can really get Google Street View, and you can get a nice shot usually on the cars, back end or front end, depending on how they park, and kind of just gets you the best thing there. And I've used it a few times, and it's worked a few times, and grateful for that for sure. So yeah, nice little trick that I've just, you know, came across and do pretty frequently if I can. So, like I said, works best with smaller police departments, because bigger police departments locks up their cars in the cages and all that. Not the cages, but the gated areas. So, why this you know, small department did, I don't know, but maybe it's a huge department, I don't even know. But for tribal police, I don't know. Tribal is the tribe is whatever, I don't know. That's that. But yeah, so that's really it. This is the skin taken care of now. I have license plates in here that I frequently make. I've used Arizona. I've made Arizona cars before, so I already made a license plate, so I didn't have to do one this time. But I like to make my own, just so I can have full control over it and how I want to scale it or change anything about it. So that's exactly what we did here in this case with the font, or with the license plate. In Arizona, we don't have front license plates, so only have the back one. Jumping back a little bit, whenever I was moving the passenger side texture over to the driver's side, the easiest way to do that is, if you're using Photoshop, to duplicate. I always keep everything organized, as you can see. Duplicate your texture, duplicate everything that's on the passenger side, and then drag it down, and then flip it all over. So reverse it horizontally, I believe, and pretty easy. So here's the final result in OpenIV. Looking pretty good. I just went ahead and covered up the front license plate because I didn't know how it would look as white, or if I wanted to do it as black. So something you just have to do, trial and error sometimes, but that is that. Looking pretty good, pretty good. They don't have the wraparound, but it is an extra, so you'll see that in the schematics in a second. But now, moving on a little bit here, this is the final texture. I did go ahead and make a Sandy Shores police one as well. Don't usually do lore friendly ones, but I just decided to do it because I just wanted to. It'd be easy. So this will also be available for you guys to download if you'd like. Now, how do you get your hands on these? It is in my Discord. A link is in the description. I'll also pin it in the comments section. You have to join my Discord and go under the... let me look at it real quick. Give you an exact thing. My mod releases in the YouTube related category. That is where all of my textures are released. Previous textures I've made, and these ones will all be there as well. So that's that. If you want to get your hands on them, that is where you do it. So just redoing the badge right now to say Sandy Shores instead of Yavapai and Prescott. And that's that. So like I said, I think it turned out really, really nice, and hopefully you guys do think so as well. Any future textures you'd like me to make, feel free to drop it in the comments down below. I'll check it out. If it looks cool, I'll do it. I don't like to do extremely basic stuff, you know, just like a regular black and white and police down the side. That's it. I like to do something like this, you know, more graphics and all that. I think it's a little bit more fun, and it kind of turns out a little bit nicer as well. So if you have anything like that you have, feel free to put in the comments, and I'll be happy to make some more. And I got some more in the works as well, but enough rambling. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It turned out amazing. Enjoy the cinematics.